Today I went to, I was actually going to a flea market, but it was closed, so I was just outside, and this man pulled up next to me, and I rolled down the window, and he mistaked me for someone else. And I asked him where he came from because I could hear he was not Danish. He told me he was Italian. And he looked like Gerard Depardieu a bit, so a bit French Italian inspiration here, because then I started thinking about Finito Bambino. I said to him, of course I don't mean Finito Bambino in my life, but I thought about Bambino, that's a child, and then Bambi, and Bambi no, so Bambi no child or what, I don't know. It's just funny. But what I thought about afterwards was that viva la vida, uh, love life, something like that, or live life, or live life, or something like that, or praise life, or something. I don't know how to translate it. Then I thought about dividing something. Then vida, that's life, vida, vide, uh, divide. I don't know if that's the Italian word, divide. So that's splitting things into smaller units, and that could be share life or something like that. Divide, cut it into smaller pieces, and then divide it, or share it between. It could be parts of land that was divided into smaller uh, countries, regions, and then now you have this part of the land, you have this, you have this. It's divided, it's shared, it's Christian, it's um, so that was great meeting the Italian guy to think about where could that derive from. Vide, vide, I don't know vide, if that's the same as vida, vide, I don't know, but it's I just like to think about it that way, that divide, I don't know if you say it like that, but divide, to split into, like sharing a cake, and then everyone gets a piece, and it's better than like it's taking something away, like it's minus something. It's more when it's divide, then it is to. And then, yeah, it could have been, I know Germany, my brother told me that it's been divided into smaller regions early on. I can't remember the exact history of that, but it could have been like organizing things to people wanted more order. They maybe at some time, and they thought it's too chaotic, it's too lawless, and it's too much brutality and murder and things like that. So the Bible helped to uh, get rid of that problem, not altogether, but partly, and also maybe the organizing, structuring uh, the chaos, and because they saw that somehow that was better. Uh, uh, I think there was something else I wanted to say with this. Uh, that if that is a Christian message, but it's like organizing language and organizing. I think when things, language, words became different genders, then there was this organizational need in people to put things into boxes and say this is this, that is that, and it belongs there and there and there. It's like when you teach music, there's a more chaotic elements in music than in teaching Danish, because, and of course you can use music in Danish lessons or English lessons. You can use English or music in yeah, but there are in a music lesson instruments, and they create sounds. Some people say those sounds are noise. Other people think it sounds great, and sometimes it sounds like music, good or bad. But it's more chaotic, and children are supposed to move, not sit and listen. It's not like that much in the schools anymore. A lot of people, at least the Danish school, wants to include movement and like physical activity in the lessons in school. But in music, it's more, it's also sound. It's organizing the musical instruments into some kind of orchestral unity, that it all becomes one sound, that and that there should not be too much screaming and noise and running around, but it's more chaotic. And you can imagine the world maybe being like, oh, it's like that, and no. Of course, I try to structure music lessons in public school or whatever school I have been teaching in. But if you just imagine free music, just instruments playing like a great big chaotic, no genres, just a lot of instruments playing together with no organizing arrangement, no tones, no. Then, well, music has been structured and ordered and organized as well. We know that that is this chord and this is that tone, and we can analyze music and elements in music. We can compare and things like that. And the same with living in a society. Well, we call it a society, even though it was not that socialized before. It sounds like before the Bible and Christianity. Then uh, we the society before that organization that was there in good bad things was divided there. There was a distinction between good bad, and this you are allowed to, this you're not allowed to. There was the contrast that makes order. It's through contrast that order is created in society, in your mind, in yeah, uh, and also in music. So it would be like having an orchestra just playing without tones, or totally disharmonic and noisy, no pulse, and then creating a common pulse to make it what's it called? Something that plays together, and it creates I can't find the word. Something that's like synergy. Like that's synergy, not sin. But that's when a lot of energies meet, and it creates some beautiful, organized music, and it lifts up the different instruments, tones. Music players raise each other up to sound better, to be able to create a beautiful sound. So that could be an image of society before and after, and gradually changing from but I was just about to say from illiterate to illiterate. to literate. That's a hard word to pronounce, but if you understand something literally, then you're not able to, like Jesus taught, to analyze and find hidden meanings in things. So being illiterate, uh, opposed to understanding things literally, is a bit like it contradicts. There's a contradiction in that I can't get to make sense, except if you understand the I as an I literate. So at that you're illiterate if you're I literate. I literate. Uh, I understand things literally. That's I can't read. I can't. That's the only way you can understand it for it to make sense in connection with the word literally. That means, well, if you've not gone to school, you didn't learn how to analyze and to see, like when I tell the story, you can analyze and what can the meaning be? What did the author want to tell the reader in this story about? Well, it's some kind of underlying truth that's revealed from the author's perspective to the reader or viewer of a movie or something like that. So it must be I literate if you can't read or write. So I understand things literally because I didn't go to school. It has to be like that. No. And hey, dogs. It's really. I didn't want to entertain the guy with the dogs, so and the dogs were a bit angry with me. But here's the view here. It's very beautiful, the lake, and what we call bliss chicken here in Denmark. It's not bliss chicken. It's bliss høns. It's they're blissful. Bliss høns. Hey, oh, it has blistlings. It's very blissful blistlings. Maybe it's a couple. There's 2 adults and 3 kids. Hey, Mia. They don't look like the father and mother. It looks like they are white on the chest, and with the parents are white on the top of the head. But maybe, well, they must change when they get older and then get to look like their parents. Hej Mia. Jeg gør ikke noget. Hold nu, du er bare bedre. Jeg kan jo se dem her. Hej. Hvor søde små. Kommer I herhen? Jeg er sgu ikke farlig. Der var sådan en en lake intruder. Nå, det var ikke lige. Hvor sagde den kom væk i en eller helvedes fart. Nå. Hej. Blissful. And then in Denmark, in dukkert, duk, D-U-K-K-E-R-T, that's to dive, and it's a duck, dukkert. It takes it dives, the diving duck, and it's so funny thinking about these things when you're bored. Oh, I am. Nice. That's a swan with a, I don't know what kind of bird the swan is talking to. Sitting next to some. Is that a pigeon or what? I don't know. Hey. I don't know. very nice to get some fresh air. There's not many people here. It's better to look at the view, thinking about being literate. If it's called, oh my god, what's it called? When you're able to read and write, is that literate? I hope not, then it doesn't make sense. Then illiterate must then be like the same as not being, it makes no sense if it's there, if it means to be literate and illiterate. Maybe there's not a word for, it's just educated, or enlightened or something like that. Something to, as a contrast to illiterate. Well, enough.